the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. This weekly program opens the phone lines for you to call in live and share your questions or comments. On this program, we discuss the latest news and opinions of things that may affect the lives of those here in Daytona Beach and the nation. So join Dr. Durham for today's program.
The following show is a sponsor of Joy 106.3. Joy 106.3 is parent company Ringer Broadcasting Inc. Its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show hosts, callers, or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this radio station.
Good afternoon, beloved, and welcome to this edition of Let's Chat America. I am your radio host, the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. My lovely co-host, Maureen, a.k.a. Mo, is in the studio today. And she's behind the desk today. She's not our studio engineer today. Tyler is our studio engineer. For that. So that means everything is going to run smoothly today, folks. We will not be off the air. We'll be running the way that we should with the right kind of technician behind our board today. As you can see, if you're watching us on Facebook, you can see us. We can't see you, but that means you see that there are three of us in the studio today because we are back to our sessions with Ni Ma Do. We've kind of tweaked it a little bit. Instead of Ni coming in every month with our health segment, she's now going to be coming in on a quarterly basis, but it's going to be jam-packed, power-packed, and it'll be like as if she was on every single month because she's going to give us some great information. If you want to call in today with a question or a comment, you can do that. The phone number is 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. And Ni is from Conviva, and they are doing a great job in our community. A lot of free stuff, and she's going to talk to you about some of that stuff that you can access with Conviva. And you really need to get a pen and a piece of paper to write some of this stuff down so that you don't forget it. It's a brand new year here at Joy 106.3 FM. We are in 2026. We're watching our big screen television. If anything breaks on the big screen, we'll let you know if it's of national interest or local interest. Of course, you know the big items are Venezuela right now, and we're going to give you a statement in just a little bit about something else. But we have some announcements that we want to make. Mo, you want to make your announcement first about what's going on in the community?
Yes, the Pilot Club of Halifax area will host Taste Around the World. We'll be holding it at the Word and Praise Family Church on February 7th from 12 to 2. The doors will open at 11 a.m. because we will also have auction baskets. Baskets up for auction. The church is located at 1135 6th Street in Daytona Beach. And what is this? Come and taste a buffet of culinary treats from many cultures. Taste your way around the world. Entertainment will be by Daniel Saxman Fuquay. And to reserve your ticket, you can contact Dr. Muriel Fuquay at 386-566-8915 or Asina Robinson at 386-212-5139. Tickets are just $20 to taste your way around the world.
All right, the Pilot Club of Halifax. And we are in the midst of MLK activities that are coming up real soon. There's going to be a community health fair on Saturday, January the 10th, right here in Daytona Beach at Daisy Stocking Park, which is 555 Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune Boulevard. That's Saturday, January the 10th. Health Fair at Daisy Stocking Park. And then the MLK Better Together celebration will be on Sunday, January the 11th. That's this Sunday at 4 p.m. That'll be at the Hard Rock Hotel on the beach side. And for more information about all of the MLK events in Daytona Beach, go to their website, mlkdaytonabeach.org. That's mlkdaytonabeach.org. And you can get all of the events and all of the information. We're going to have a couple of guests on next week from the DeLand area on the west side of the county, because DeLand is also doing a lot of MLK events, and we're going to have two guests next week to tell you all about it, as well as Reverend Harris from here in Daytona with the 7 words from the King. We're going to talk about all of that next week right here on the air. We do want to make a statement. As many of you know, there was a recent shooting by ICE agents killing a young woman named Renee Nicole Good. Here's our statement from Let's Chat America. The killing of Renee Nicole Good in Minnesota is a profound tragedy and an unacceptable breach of public trust. Good, a 37-year-old mother of 3, was shot by an Immigration and Custom Enforcement agent during a federal operation in a residential neighborhood.
At point blank range.
An operation that has since drawn intense scrutiny from community members, elected officials, and civil rights advocates like myself from across the country. Her death has left a family completely shattered and a community demanding more answers. Eyewitnesses and local officials have sharply disputed the federal court account, or I should say the federal account, of what happened, with multiple reports indicating that Good posed no threat as she sat inside her vehicle when shots were fired. Despite federal claims of self-defense, the available footage, you can watch it for yourself, and testimony from eyewitnesses have fueled widespread outrage, raising urgent questions about the conduct, accountability, and oversight of ICE operations. No government agency should be allowed to operate with impunity, especially when its actions result in the death of a U.S. citizen. Across Minneapolis and beyond, protests have erupted as people call for transparency, justice, and systemic change. Demonstrators have gathered not only to mourn Renee Nicole Good, but to condemn a pattern of aggressive enforcement tactics that have repeatedly placed communities at risk. The public response reflects a deep and growing concern about the militarization of immigration enforcement and the human cost of policies carried out without adequate safeguards. Let's Chat America stands with those demanding a full, independent investigation into the killing of Renee Nicole Good and accountability for all responsible parties. Her death must not be dismissed, minimized, or forgotten. It should serve as a wake-up call, a reminder that the protection of human life must always come before political agendas or enforcement quotas. Justice for Renee means truth, accountability, and a commitment to ensuring that nothing like this ever happens again. That's our official statement from Let's Chat America. If you'd like to call in with a comment of your own, pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411. Our guest today is no stranger here on Let's Chat America, Mima Doe, who is I don't know what all of these letters are that Nee has behind her name, but she has got the whole alphabet that is attached to her name. She is a DMSc-Candidate, PAC, IFMCP, DipACLM. All of those letters are attached to her credentials, and she is a Conviva lifestyle medicine subject matter expert, and she's going to give us some information today. Our topic today is immune health through lifespan for our health span. Nee, welcome to Let's Chat America. We haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
I am so honored. Yes, Dr. Durham. And it has been, 3 months? 3 months. Yes, since we're moving to quarterly. It is my honor and pleasure to be back on the show and to share more lifestyle medicine with our community.
We're glad to have you.
And every month that I've been on so far, we have chosen a theme that can go through that month and applicable to the topic at hand. So for January health awareness, there were so many to choose from. So lots of kickstart with the new year in 2026 here. But this January is International Quality of Life Month. This is actually a campaign that focused on the improvement of quality of life and getting us all to take a profound look at our entire well-being, which include mental, physical, behavioral, and social aspects. So people around the world participate in this event to invest in personal happiness, growth, and overall wellness. So let's navigate healthcare with approaches to whole person well-being, which is the term that you've heard before plenty of time last year, in fact, through our lifespan. And today, focusing on immune health, or AKA gut health, and you hear that word a lot too, to improve our overall health span. Because it's not just about adding more years to our lives, but also adding more life into those years. And if we recall from last year, when we kickstart the 2025 year with nutrition in January, when we moved to the exercise pillar, sleep health, de-stress, connectedness, and avoidance of risky habits, we went to self-care, bonus pillar, all the way to fall prevention, empowerment, and then we ended with bones, brains, bowels, and blood health. Yes, I remember. Yes, so that was a fun-filled year. So this year, I always say is so packed full every time I'm on the show with the research and the scripts that we put together. It's a lot of information, and this is the most packed full yet, I would say, for this go-round. But before we go any further, I just want to give you the Conviva website. Conviva is known as Conviva Senior Primary Care, a CenterWell company. That is the full name, but the website remains as Conviva Care Centers with an S.com. So convivacarecenters.com. Our main number for all of Conviva is 1-855-888-4874, or the local number that I'm located currently practicing out of is North Daytona Clinic. It is 386-241-1657. So you could please write those numbers down and call your local clinic to confirm any more specific details as far as services and also insurances, clarifications there. And there are a lot of providers that you can read reviews of online. And as Dr. Durham alluded to briefly earlier, we all have, most of the locations out of the 10 locations have a wellness center where it's free to patients, and a +1 that they can bring from the communities that they can enjoy. So we can give you more details at the end on that as well.
Well, that's why we have Nee on here, everybody, because one of the things that Conviva does very, very well is they offer some great opportunities for you to come in. Many of the services that they have, or I should say some of the services that they have, are absolutely free. And it gives you an opportunity to get in, see a health professional, and get back on track. It's a new year, and that's why we need to stay healthy in 2026. So it's officially winter. In some parts of the country, it's really cold winter, but it's 82 degrees here in Daytona Beach today.
Today,
so
right?
you kind of feel sorry for people that have to wear those big heavy
Florida,
coats
that's cold.
and boots and gloves. But today we'll focus on boosting your immune function and practical ways to maintain our immune health status, plus overall well-being. So joining us today, once again, is our dear friend Nee Ma Do, physician associate, triple board certified, trained in functional medicine and lifestyle medicine. And listen, if you didn't hear our statement at the beginning of the broadcast concerning Renee Nicole Good, who was killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you can play this back. It'll be on YouTube a little bit later, and it's also on Facebook right now, at least for the time being. But you'll be able to play it back if you go to our YouTube channel. It's Let's Chat America on YouTube. Play it back, listen to that statement that we made. If you want to call about Renee Nicole Good and Minneapolis, you can do that too. The number to call is 386-868-3411. So, Nee, what are some facts that the audience members today should know first and foremost about our immune health?
Yes, let's kickstart this with lots of different definitions. So I think that our immune system let's define that. Our immune system resides mostly in our gut. So that's why I mentioned about gut health earlier. And in fact, over 70% of our gut lining is responsible for our immune functioning to be proper. So let's introduce this term first, microbiome. Many of you might have heard of it. It is a collection of living microbes, including bacteria, viruses, fungi, yeast, etc., in a given community. AKA, this is going to be the gut community that we're going to talk about of the human body. Sometimes we refer to these communities as the microbiota, or also known as gut flora. Yeah, so human beings start building our microbiome at the moment that we are born. So today we're not only just focused on senior health, but this will affect anyone at any age. And we'll also consider from the very beginning, because I just recently invited my newest family member, my baby Noah, into the family.
Wow.
And so birth, it starts with that vaginal versus C-section, whether the child is breastfed, bottle-fed, and so on, can make a big difference. So how and where we're born play a huge role in the types of microbes, the good versus the bad, or you can call them the superheroes versus the anti-superheroes that we acquire. And yet, the microbiome is never fixed. That means that you can improve it and change it. It constantly remodels based on our exposures. So good bacteria in our gut have many functions to help keep us, besides helping us digest, including making vitamins, balancing our mood, reducing anxiety, depression, and protecting against infections, even some forms of cancers. And some strains of good bacteria, or these superheroes, are also associated with lower rates of obesity, diabetes, and other GI or gastrointestinal ailments. So the population of these good bacteria in our bodies can be diminished or killed due to stress, illnesses, traumas, surgeries, or simply unhealthy eating habits, processed foods included in there, and additionally antibiotics that used to kill bad bacteria.
They also kill the good.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. So those anti-heroes that cause disease ended up also killing the beneficial ones in the process. So therefore, it's super crucial to keep our microbiomes healthy by eating for our microbiome. So recall our January 2025 chat that you can replay from last year in 2025. These foods are known as prebiotics, which are all fiber-rich plants. So you have to write that keyword down, fiber-rich plants. The examples are legumes, beans, nuts, seeds, whole grains, fruits, herbs, and drumroll, vegetables. Yes, lots of veggies. And also limit or avoid the red meats, processed foods that are high in added sugars and sweeteners. And let's hear about the whole person health root cause approach. So that in summary, we are all here to feel empowered with the lifestyle strategies from not just recognition of the importance of whole person health, but also the implementation of healing from the inside out. So staying hydrated with water. Both Dr. Durham and I demoed that right before we began.
Yes,
or
we
any
did.
non-caffeinated, unsweetened, unflavored, or unsweetened flavored, beverages that can be simple stem of rosemary, mint, sliced cucumber that you want to flavor your water, so you encourage yourself to drink. That's perfectly fine. And if we're sensitive, intolerant, or allergic to certain food products, let's do our best to limit or avoid, especially while our immune system is challenged by something else like stress.
Right.
I've been trying to build up my autoimmune deficiency for many, many years because of allergies.
Yes.
And it's just about to drive me crazy. My eosinophils are through the roof.
Wow. So
And
this
I just keep trying and trying and trying. I think the best thing, though, is staying off of antibiotics as much as possible.
Yes, and we're actually going to allude to that too when you have to take it when absolutely medically necessary. So we can jump right there real quick because I know that we're going to be so cramped that we might not be able to talk about this important point. Take antibiotics only when absolutely and medically necessary. I like to repeat that due to the wipeout of good bugs And during and after completing the course of antibiotic, eat plenty of probiotics foods. Those examples of yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, and or take a pharmaceutical grade, third-party tested and no fillers probiotic supplement, which can help rebuild the gut population and get regain of those good bacteria again.
All right, that's so important. If you're just tuning in, this is Let's Chat America. We're broadcasting live from the studios of Joy 106.3 FM. Our super guest today is Nima Doe, Physician's Associate. She's at Conviva Care Centers, and we're talking about your health today, as we do whenever she's in the studio. She's going to be on quarterly in the new year of 2026 with a lot of great information for you to help you in your quest to be more healthy. If you'd like to call in with a question or a comment, maybe you're going through a health concern right now and you want some answers to it, give us a call, 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. So, Nee, let's dive a little deeper because you talked about something called leaky gut. So with your background in functional medicine and lifestyle medicine, kind of enlighten us about this phenomenon called leaky gut.
Absolutely. So this buzzword that you can be tossing around as leaky gut, definition, really it means intestinal dysbiosis as the medical term. Our intestinal tract, which means from mouth to anus, where we consume everything, is one of the first places, because I didn't forget about the skin, one of the first places that our body actually interact with the outside world, right? So a healthy intestinal lining serves as a crucial barrier to protect us against foreign invaders. And those could be bacteria, viruses, any other toxins from entering into the body, while an unhealthy lining would likely leak these unwelcome substances. So during this flow of digestion, once you ingest something through the mouth, we absorb the nutrients from our foods while eliminating any toxic or unwanted byproducts that produce during the process of digestion. So this very special lining is made of special layers of cells, and if it's stretched all the way out, it would span over 300 square footage and bigger than this studio room that we have here, or 30 square meters. Between these are the cells that are called tight junctions. So I'm going to give you an analogy. Okay, these tight junctions that is in between these cells seal the intestinal lining to form this physical barrier between what enters into our digestive tract, which is food, meds, supplements, allergens too, etc., and what pass into our bloodstream. So think of the trains with cars that are having connectors. So the connectors have to be enough that it holds the cars together, but not too loose and too wide that things will pass right through as it goes forward. So if you can think about that, that's how our cells and our gut lining are being sealed and connected together. Therefore, the health of these cells that line the intestine and the health of these tight junctions determine what gets absorbed into the digestive tract versus not, or what could leak into our blood. So that term, leaky gut, again, basically means an increased intestinal permeability or a porous gut lining. And we need some permeability, of course, to an extent, but when this protective layer of cells is damaged and no longer tightly connected, then it is when we get in trouble. Dysfunction, right, or autoimmunity, as been alluded to by Mo. Leaky gut allows more harmful substances, partially digested foods, and often recognized as any foreign invaders to enter our bloodstream with higher levels than our bodies can even manage. So a damaged intestinal barrier also reduces absorption of nutrients that are important for our health. So as a result of a leaky gut, our immune system can become just hyperactivated, leading to inflammation, allergic reactions, she's raising her hand there, increased likelihood of various diseases, including chronic conditions like migraines, depression, and even certain autoimmune diseases.
Wow. So it seems like it's pretty intense. And when you were describing it, Nee, it sounded a little bit like when something is leaking like that, it sounded a little bit like acid reflux that's coming up through almost into your mouth. It seems like sometimes when you're laying down and you get that
undigested
food coming up into your into your system. That's what it kind of sounded like, but you didn't call it acid reflux.
Well, it's not. It's well.
That's
I would say
totally
the leaky gut.
different.
Yeah, it's
totally
very different.
Okay.
But you can use it as like an analogy. Like it's not getting where it needs to be, but the gut lining itself, all those cells that is right from when you start eating food and swallowing food, going down the esophagus, entering the stomach, entering the duodenum of the small intestine, going all the way through, all of those lining is what I'm really talking about. The acid reflux is really just one part of the stomach up to the esophagus.
Because it sounds like a leak when that acid reflux is coming. It sounds like something leaking.
That's for another show. I got that too. That's for another show.
But you were talking about inflammation too, and Mo just started taking krill oil, which is kind of like fish oil, for inflammation. And how is it kind of working a little bit yet? Or it's too
have to
soon
take it
to
for
tell?
at least 30 days before they said there'll be any results. So.
Yeah, though you get more acid reflux as a result. Because the whole key for the acid reflux is that lower esophageal sphincter, which is at the end of the esophagus.
Yeah, mine's busted.
It's floppy.
It's broken.
It's not working.
It's supposed to close
mine
after
does
you
not
swallow,
close.
and it's like not really closing, so
like
things are
flapping
coming
in the
back up.
breeze, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So what are some causes of leaky gut knee? Or also known as increased intestinal anyway, whatever that word is.
Permeability, right? Yes.
Permeability.
Yeah, you do.
know that word.
So
Permeability.
there are lots of possibilities. So infections, bacterial, viral, certain medications like antibiotics, toxins, heavy metals included, inflammation, food intolerances, imbalances in general in the gut bacteria of our flora or our microbiota, and stress. I want to stress. Because that does lead to leaky gut.
Stress seems to be a big one. Yeah.
All of these have been suggested from research as causes of leaky gut, and therefore a solution to maintaining a healthy gut would be to try to limit these factors
or
additive effects, right? So there is hope. Well, there's hope. Leaky gut is usually, and I'm going to say this, is usually a condition due to fill in the blank. So it has a cause or multiple causes, then potentially complications too, but discovering the root causes is the start of a resolution ultimately. So primary care providers, especially folks with functional medicine, lifestyle medicine backgrounds, can help guide towards a path to heal the gut. So dietary and other lifestyle changes to start, and I'm going to name off and recalling the 6 pillars again of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine: whole food, plant predominant nutrition, adequate physical activity, exercise included, restorative sleep, getting quality and quantity, right, of sleep. The de-stress pillar is huge here, knowing how to cope and gaining resilience, stress resiliency, having enough connectedness, healthy relationships, and then avoiding risky substances and also risky habits such as sedentaryism, substances like alcohol and tobacco products to avoid, and then potential additional things like nutraceuticals to support reestablishment of the intestinal barriers, protective function. And then there is the 5 R's, which are remove, replace, reinoculate, repair, and rebalance. Is a whole protocol from the Institute for Functional Medicine for gut restoration. So plant-derived nutrients, prebiotics, probiotics, zinc, antioxidants, omega-3s, and something called L-glutamine, which is kind of like the glue to help you glue back those linings that are leaky. So L-glutamine is an amino acid. The bonus is, as mentioned, I remember during one of our talks too, or a couple of them, the skin health from my published article at the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine over a year ago now. It said that it collects evidence of some lifestyle pillars that influence the gut microbiome, including dietary intakes, exercise, sleep, stress, toxin exposures, and it discusses why maintaining a healthy intestinal microbiome is important for the health of all organs in the human host. So I've talked about that on my resource blog, nimado.org, and you can search it. You basically can Google it. You can Google Nimado and put from leaky gut to leaky skin. So that's the research article that's been published.
Nimado.
NHI. Sorry, I was spelled out.
NHIMADO.
Yes, you got it.
Nimado.org.
Yes.
If you're just tuning in, we've got our health expert on the air with us today in our health segment with Nimado, who is a physician's associate at Conviva right here in the Daytona Beach area. Well, they have offices everywhere across Volusia County.
I'll bring that up too later.
And she's going to tell you where many of those are. If you have a health concern that you may be experiencing right now, he may be able to give you some advice. Give us a call. Pick up the phone, 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. And any advice that she gives you, obviously, you're going to check with your own physician to make sure
Highly
that it's
recommend.
in line with, with
your
what,
primary care provider will be your go-to.
Make sure it's in
also.
line with
I'm
what
not
you're
here
doing.
as your primary care provider. Think of me as a coach
There
while I'm on the
you
show.
go.
Yes.
She got a lot of great tips that she can help you with if you have some issues that you want to talk about. 386-868-3411. We're also going to give you a couple more things that are going on as far as MLK coming up to this Saturday, which is tomorrow. So stay tuned, as we got some other things that we forgot to announce at the beginning that I've got to announce before we get off the air today. So, finally, let's start the new year with an immune boost. Give the listeners today some rapid-fire lifestyle recommendations.
Yes, because it's called rapid fire. You might want to have your pen and paper ready, and I'm going to try to slow it down a little bit, and then we're going to fly away. So more and more people are being affected by gut dysbiosis or leaky gut. And I just wanted to make sure that you get checked to know if that is something that you should be concerned about. And we named off quite a number of list of items. If you have allergies issue, you have autoimmunity. Diabetes is actually an autoimmune condition, by the way, and that's something. So to see if this is a really relevant topic, but working on your gut health first is really working on your immune system. So the new food guide that recognized healthy eating is about more than just food, because how we eat can be just as important as what we eat. Instead of tracking servings per day, or guidelines now encourage us listening to our body's hunger and fullness cues to guide the amount that we eat.
That's it. Know when to turn the plate upside down.
Yes. And just like the Japanese, they eat until 80% full, not 100+%, right? And then being more mindful, using all of our senses to appreciate every bite, and taking time to eat can help us to enjoy chewing our food and feeling more satiated, both physical and emotional hunger cues. So the reminder, first of all, is that digestion starts first in our mouths. So we must chew well, okay? And also enjoy meals with loved ones as much as you can, or as much as possible. Having people to have like healthy conversations, it can also help you kind of slow down on your eating and not just, eating mindlessly. So
And we've seen a lot of that, unfortunately, in families today. There's not much of us getting together to eat like we used to. We used to sit at the dining room table together. We all ate together.
Or
now
at least all in the living room with a TV tray.
Now the kids take their plates, they go in their bedroom, and you don't see them until they're ready to come out of their hiding place. It's much different today than it used to be.
Yes, and hopefully that does get changed. And the movement is moving in the right direction, where we're going to bring back like the good old ways, right? But yes, I just want to mention that first and foremost before we go into the rapid fire piece. So the American College of Lifestyle Medicine has this beautiful handout called the Optimized Effective Immune Responses to Infection handout. I might have it here too to show you on the screen here at the end. And what does it say? So say no to risky substances like avoiding smoking, vaping, or any inhaling of substances which can all damage our lung tissues and enable infections. That we don't want. But let's say yes. What do we say yes to? So America's number one nutritional deficiency is
Fiber.
Fiber. Yes, 95% are deficient in fiber. So say yes to better nutrition. Because
Pasta is not fiber.
well, whole grain. It is if it's a whole grain pasta, it is fiber.
What about that green pasta? It's made with
lentil?
spinach or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are actually, if you have a whole grain and it's not processed, it's not considered processed food. It is a fiber. Yes.
Okay.
So it is a plant-derived food, right? You want it to be a plant food, not a plant food-like substance. Yes.
Okay.
So better nutrition, let's say yes to that. Healthy eating can make all the difference because to boost our immune system with the micronutrients it needs to effectively fight off infections, we must consume a wide variety of colorful, fiber-filled, nutrient-dense, and antioxidant-rich, should I repeat that again? Whole plant foods at every meal, including fruits and veggies, our beans, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and diverse types of herbs and spices, plus H2O.
Water.
Water. Yes, that is part of your nutrition. And what else do we say yes? Say yes to more movement. So moderate intensity exercise is critical to keeping our immune system healthy and strong. What do I mean by moderate? You can do a simple talk test. You can do the exercise and able to talk and converse with someone or on the phone, but you cannot sing. So that's a simple test to see how much you're exercising, which means about approximately at least 30 minutes, 5 days a week, or 20 minutes daily on average, right? Brisk walks, swimming, or anything that you choose for aerobics exercise. And then combine that with resistance and strength training. All of that can reduce inflammation and support effective immune responses to infections. The next one is say yes and yes to better sleep and less stress. Quality rest and relaxation strengthen the digestion through the vagus nerve, right? This is triggers our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest mode, or there's our stay and play mode. We're not in the sympathetic, like fight, flight, freeze mode. So that's super important. So let's aim for 7 to 9. If you're an adult, 7 to 9 hours. You're a baby or an infant, a lot more than that, right? Let's aim for 7 to 9 hours. Develop a routine to setting up the alarm for bedtime and for wake time too, if you need that to start, because it's best to keep the consistency of same time to go to bed, no matter what day of the week it is, and same time to wake up. And then structure a bedroom to be dark, quiet, cool, and comfortable. And avoid screens, blue lights, at least 90 minutes before our bedtime. So we got to practice some wind down ritual. We can practice that if time allows before bed, like instrumental music to listen to, journaling, meditation, just simple deep breathing exercises. And don't go to bed angry. That's another big key. If stress is a barrier to restorative sleep, pause. Take time to deepen breathing, and this takes practice. Listen to a favorite song, perhaps. Watch a funny movie with a catch. Wear your blue light blocking glasses while you do so, if you do it at night. Stress hormones known as cortisol suppresses some immune responses to viral infections, so being mindful, even in small doses, can reduce our stress, and as a result lowers our cortisol, with my correction there, cortisol production. So we need to make sure, and actually that's a true statement too, lowering your stress will also help lower your bad cholesterol as a result. That is true. We'll go to the next point.
We have a caller. Let's hold that for a minute. Caller, welcome to Let's Chat America. What's your question or your comment?
Oh, yes. I need to get in contact with somebody because I've been going through a lot of stress and I haven't been sleeping.
Okay. Nee's going to give you a phone number to call, and they can talk with you and maybe perhaps set up a time for you to even come in and they can discuss what you're going through.
Yes, I will repeat the main number, sir, because I don't know exactly your location. So if you call this one, 1-855-888-4874, that will guide you to the call center. They will ask for your zip code, your address to route you to the nearest location for Conviva, and you can find and establish with your primary, if you don't have a primary, that is, and they'll be able to find you the provider that you can get in with. And we do a lot of different questionnaires, especially with our new patients too. We have depression screenings as well, and so absolutely you want to be established to share your history, present illness, and we can get to know you and also help you out in any way that we can.
And sir, if you could turn your radio down a little bit, whatever you're listening to us on, if you could turn that down a little bit, because we can hear that in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And Nee's going to give you
I'm
that.
just so close. Yeah.
Yeah, Nee's
just so close.
she's going to give you that phone number.
I need that phone number
Yeah.
again.
Do you have a piece of
Yeah.
paper and a pencil to write it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Need give him the phone number
Yes,
one more time.
this is the Conviva main phone number, 1-855-888.
Wait a minute, not so fast.
So
Hold on,
slow.
hold on.
Yes, 1-855.
1855.
Correct. Yeah. 888.
888
4874.
4874.
Yep. You got it.
So when I call these,
You'll get to the call
if
center.
I call these, I'm supposed to get in contact with someone.
Yes. It's a live person from the
Okay.
call center that they'll ask to see where you are located to make sure that you're in the nearest Conviva location. And other locations also that is part of our network is called Center Well. So either a Conviva or a Center Well.
Oh, okay. I'm over here. I'm not from here. Really, I recently come here. I'm from the area code of zip code of 32114.
Oh.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
your zip code is 32114. So you're in Midtown Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, perfect.
So there are Conviva centers close to you,
Yes.
and if you call that phone number, they can schedule a time for you to come in and
Establish care.
talk with someone who can help establish care for you.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're more than
Thank you
welcome.
for
Thank
your
you for
call.
listening.
All right, God bless.
Blessings. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all you have to do. Pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers. You're going through a health concern. You might want to talk to someone over at Conviva. They can kind of guide you. If you don't have a primary care person specifically, they can give you some practical ways to improve your health and perhaps not just improve your health, but improve how you feel on a day-to-day basis about just life in general.
That's absolutely true.
That is absolutely
Yes.
true. They do a lot of great stuff over at Conviva.
Yeah.
So, Nee, you were talking about.
Yes, we got to say yes and yes to better sleep and less stress. Perfect segue
Yeah.
to saying yes to more connectedness. So strong relationships also reduce stress and support healthy gut bacteria. So physical distancing is essential, obviously, when we are contagious at that point when the risks are high, but not at the expense of being isolated or lonely. So, because isolation kills. Therefore, staying connected with people, your family, friends, any loved ones that you have, even virtually via calls or video sessions or even check-in texts. Positive emotions, which are shown to improve cellular immune responses, arise from even brief social and virtual connections. And let's not forget the other piece. Maybe it might not be people, but it could be pets, right? It could be plants in your garden that you feel connected to, or just our planet. by grounding. So nutrition that will help us nourish, and that's a very important point with our gut and our immune system as we age, means that we must eat in a way that we can have more pies.
Ooh, more pie. Yeah, more pie.
Yes, so let's write down this acronym. This is a fun one. I always want to make sure you remember it. PIES, P is for promote strong bones. I is to improve cognition. E is to enhance muscle parameters. And S is to save your well-being. So we want all of those. We want the pies. So the bottom line message is that since we have a little bit more time left, when we heal our gut microbiome, we reduce inflammation rather than just suppressing the symptoms. So the plant-powered way is vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, and flexitarian diets that are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients. All of these foods plans provide what's called the short chain fatty acid, SCFA. Oh, we might have another question. Tyler's writing down. Organic compounds, acetate, propionate, butyrate, and that's a big word, butyrate right there. Yep, with less than 6 carbon atoms are produced by a gut bacteria fermenting dietary fibers or resistant starch. So as Mo alluded to earlier too, as long as you're eating plenty of, and don't think of it just like carbs, these are carbs, you are having a high glycemic versus low glycemic diet. Those that are having concerns for prediabetes, diabetes, should know about those, obviously, and how much of those carbs you're eating. But also, it's more about how many variety and diversity of plants, instead of you just counting the carbs or counting the fiber. Even I know that we have a fiber deficiency.
Not in our house.
So you're eating plenty.
Yeah, my problem is sweets
food.
after the carb, after the
I
veggies.
see. Yes. Yeah, ultra sweet food. Yes, that is too.
And many people are suffering with inflammation. Swollen ankles, swollen legs, sometimes even swollen arms. Are there any over-the-counter supplements that you would recommend to reduce inflammation? I think I mentioned to you Mo's taking krill oil.
Right.
But is there,
so that's a type of omega-3.
It's an omega-3.
She's trying to take, and then she's trying to read the question.
All right,
there.
we have a question. It says, is it true
I'll
that...
answer yours right after.
I'm sorry. Is it true that drinking too much water is the same as not drinking enough?
So there is, too much of a good thing can be bad too. It's called dilution, right? So you have to make sure that you are getting your regular checkups with your primary care provider.
Good
and
question, by the
the
way.
regular, the regular intake of yours over the course of that time, leading to the labs, is representative of you or not, because we do look at the complete metabolic panel, your urine also as well, because usually when the dilution effect is that if you overdrink, if it's too much water, then you could have too low electrolytes, like low sodium or potassium. So it might be an off balance, and it will be evident on your blood work. So you wouldn't really know until you actually see that on paper or running through the labs. And obviously, if you have congestive heart failure or chronic kidney disease and severe stages of CKD, for example, all the way to end stage or stage 5, you have to do some water restriction, and there's guidelines for those. But in general, if you're just a healthy individual or trying to stay healthier and losing weight and preventing yourself from getting to chronic kidney disease, then you really want to aim so take your weight in pounds, divide it by half. That's about approximately the amount that you want to be drinking of water in ounces, right? So you weigh 100 pounds, you'll drink 50 ounces at rest. So that is no exercise, you're not sweating, you're not excreting excessively. But if you do all of that, then you might want to bump that up by another quarter. So you would drink 75 ounces rather than 50 ounces. So think about it like that. So
I don't want to give away my weight, but I could not consume that much water in a day. I'd have to stay real close to the bathroom all day long.
So there's a trick to that too. If you can carry a tumbler or have your water tracked, you are actually going to be happy to hear this. If you sip slowly throughout the day, every 15 minutes, you're sipping a little bit of water and actually pacing yourself like that, you'll be surprised how much your water intake. And you're able to go through the water half of your weight in ounces. in the day, right? So you can do a test for yourself just to see for a healthy individual, and you want to stay healthy. You'll be surprised because sometimes our cues for hunger is actually thirst. We're thirsty before we're actually hungry. So if you do that, you actually know when you truly are hungry and listen to your hunger cues.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
So, are there any supplements for
inflammation? Did not forget your original question.
That a listener might be able to go to Walmart or CVS or Walgreens.
Yeah, so I'm going to repeat this word, the series one more time. Pharmaceutical grade, third-party tested, and no fillers. So whether you go to your local store, you want to be able to check with the pharmacist, befriend your pharmacist. You'd be surprised of how many pharmacists out there who love people coming for consultations. And knowing the brands, they know them really well also. And you want to make sure that it's something that they can stand by. These are brands, not just like off-label use and things like that. And the ingredients is very important. Maybe it's advertised as that, but in the ingredients, there's a bunch of other fillers that fill that pill up. And then fish oil that I'm wary, and sometimes also kind of discouraging of folks that open the fish oil bottle and then it smells rancid because it could be spoiled. So you don't want to have toxin into your body also. So omega-3s, very good quality sources. I actually talk about that on my blog too with like my trusted products tab. I talk about a lot of important ingredients that need to be, even like the probiotics that we mentioned earlier, which are also helpful. Joint specifically, I think you asked, to turmeric. And I do grow my own turmeric roots, and my fiance and I actually have been keeping up with our garden even through the winter. We have a lot of dead things, but the turmeric keep growing because it's underground. The roots extract is very great to cook with or blend in a smoothie, so you can absolutely use food as medicine. But if you're getting extract, also pharmaceutical grade, third-party tested, no fillers. And the nice part about a extract from turmeric root is that if you have biopurine or the extract from black pepper, it is very important because it absorbs it better. It's a huge component to help with absorption of the turmeric and ginger also, because we're running out of time.
We are. I just got a little poke, letting me know we are getting. I've only got a couple of minutes, so Nee, give us quick some key takeaways, real quick, and then if there's any final information about the wellness centers.
Location.
Yes. So our key takeaways: our immune function depends on our microbiome's diversity and abundance to work optimally. The gut and the immune system rise and fall together. Our microbes, our gut barrier, and our immune system function as one integrated system. So each part depends on the health of the others to work. And today we discussed so many different ways to kind of use strategy, what to say no to, what to say yes to. And before the end here, we want to let you know that in our Volusia or Daytona market, Conviva Wellness Centers, which offer a lot of different activities to the community members and our patients from the north to south. I'm going to name them off: Palm Coast, Ormond Beach, North Daytona location, which is in the Bucky Plaza, South Daytona, which is also a fairly new location, East Port Orange, Orange City, the Land. But the Land, I don't think, has a wellness center yet, but all the way up to Orange City, we have 7 out of the 10 locations of Conviva with an activity coordinator there on site. And do pick up. I'm at the North Daytona location where Darcy runs our wellness center, which our theme for this month is connectedness. And there's lots of activities from all the, whether it's adaptive yoga, you can be on the ground, on the chair, to do yoga, tai chi, qigong, to brain bingo, and a lot of guests from the community that come to help engage the audience and the community members. So definitely check that out and come by to pick up a calendar.
All right, everybody. Nima Do. a physician's associate with Conviva. She's a Conviva lifestyle medicine subject matter expert. And today you got a lot of great information on our January health awareness segment. Nee will be back in the next quarter to share with us even more information to keep us all healthy. I do want to mention that there's an MLK celebration event on tomorrow, January the 10th. It's a lunch program at 11:30. It will be at the I'm trying to see, at the center of Deltona, as a matter of fact. 1640 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Deltona. That's tomorrow at 11:30. $25, and it's going to be a great, great program. Also on tomorrow at 9 a.m., I will be teaching a church leadership workshop at the New Hope Church, which is on Lake Helen Osteen Road in Deltona. You can Google New Hope Church. It is a free event. If you are a church leader or you are thinking about getting into church leadership, come on over for the workshop, absolutely free. It's going to be a lot of fun and some great information that will be shared. You've been listening to Let's Chat America. We got to go. It is 55 minutes past the hour. We'll see you right back here again next week. Again, I've got a couple of great guests that are going to talk about MLK events. You don't want to miss it. Dr. Andre Darby, Reverend Harris, Superintendent Harris. A lot of good information. We got to go. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, and we hope you have enjoyed